Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into a really dark philosophical fable. It's all about a war between hope and despair, fought between a clockwork miracle on one side and a clockwork refutation on the other. This is a story forged in the soot and cold logic of hell itself. So let's just jump right in with this quote from Satan because it perfectly frames the whole conflict. You got to understand, this isn't your typical good versus evil showdown. This is about affirmation versus negation. It's the holy yes to life, to striving, pitted against an eternal no, so powerful it just sucks all the meaning out of existence. All right, so our story kicks off when this static, unchanging order of hell, the state they call the long tiredness, gets completely shattered. An unexpected miracle happens, and it sends ripples through the very foundation of their world. Now get this, the thing causing all the commotion isn't some angel from on high. Nope, it's a machine, a golden owl made of clockwork and logic, and it's out there singing about life, about meaning. It's this powerful yes to everything, and you better believe the Infernal Council is paying very close attention. And the council's reaction is just fascinating. It's this mix of pure jealousy, strategic panic, and, cynical opportunism. This little spark of hope isn't just an annoyance to them, it's an existential threat to their entire domain, which is literally built on the absence of hope. So how does hell fight back? Do they send out legions of demons? Not at all. They decide to fight fire not with more fire, but with something way colder, way more precise. Their own brand of crushing mechanical logic. And here's Mephistopheles, the ultimate cynic, laying out their chilling game plan. He suggests they create a dark mirror to the Golden Owl, an opponent that isn't designed to destroy hope with brute force, but to cleverly find its weak spots and let it tear itself apart. And this is how they do it. They don't summon some monster of chaos. No, they build a machine of precise, soul-crushing analysis. They call it the Inverted Observer, and its entire operating system is based on one single premise, the absolute certainty that all striving, everything you do, will end in failure. And that really gets us to the heart of it. This isn't a physical fight. It's a war of competing philosophies, being fought for the human soul. One bird sings about potential and overcoming things. The other whispers about how it's all pointless and you should just give up. So what's its job exactly? Well, it's not a destroyer. It's more like the ultimate examiner. It's designed to look at any virtue, any ambition, any will to power you might have, and then reveal the secret fear or failure hiding just underneath, turning your greatest strength into your biggest liability. Now, what's really fascinating here is how this machine operates. It doesn't fight. It doesn't use force at all. It uses stories, cold, logical parables that dissect hope with the precision of a surgeon's blade. And when it arrives, something really unexpected happens. You'd think people would cower in fear, but instead, its dark, mechanical power acts as a catalyst. Some people are drawn to it. They see this dark machine as a key to achieving their own greatness. The story focuses on three of these guys, these seekers. You've got a priest, a general, and a merchant. And these three are perfect archetypes, right? They represent humanity's most desperate ambitions, the quest for forbidden knowledge, for absolute power, and for infinite wealth. So the owl lands and kicks things off with this one profound question. It asks them to define the very nature of their own ambition, to put into words what drives them. Tell me, it asks, what is the hour of longing? The priest of the void goes first. For him, longing is all about spiritual transgression. He believes that true knowledge, the real holy yes, isn't found in being good, but by breaking all the rules and diving headfirst into the forbidden. The General of Dust sees it totally differently. For him, longing is about destructive power, the pure will to dominate. It's that moment when you realize your ambition is so huge that you're willing to burn everything down just to achieve it. And then there's the Merchant of Ash. For him, longing is just the ultimate business deal. It's the point where everything, even the very meaning of the earth, becomes just another commodity you can sell for a profit. So the owl listens to all these fiery, passionate answers, and it doesn't argue. It just tells them a story. A cold, logical parable that basically reframes all their grand ambitions as just a self-destructive trap. A journey that leads you right back where you started, except now the room is on fire. And this is all meant to lead them to one destination, the great refusal. It's this ultimate rejection of striving. It's that moment a soul finally realizes that their grand Faustian dream is just a more dramatic, more spectacular way to end up exhausted and empty. Now, this dark philosophy finds its ultimate champion, not in a demon, not in a machine, but in a human character, the soothsayer. This is a guy who has already finished the journey the owl is pushing everyone else towards. And I mean this literally. He comes face to face with the ghost of his own past ambition. It's not just a memory, it's this vibrant, fiery phantom of the man he used to be, the part of him that actually believed in striving and overcoming. And you can just see his complete philosophical flip here. He's moved from a worldview of ascent, of self-overcoming, to one of willing descent, what he calls self-undergoing. That bridge to a higher state of being, he now argues it just leads you right back to the same patch of dirt. He completely redefines courage. For him, it's no longer about the strength to climb higher. Real courage is the strength to accept meaninglessness without even flinching. He's traded that bright, fiery promise of the morning star for the cold, quiet finality of the morning dew. And this is it. This is the ultimate victory of the Obsidian Observer's logic, but spoken through a human mouth. The idea that all striving is pointless because the destination and the starting point, the peak and the pit, are made of the exact same indifferent rock. The struggle only ends when you finally realize there's nowhere to go. So we're left with this really unsettling question, aren't we? In a world that is constantly pushing us to achieve, to overcome, to strive, what is truer courage? The passionate, fiery will to power, or the quiet, unshakable strength of the great refusal? The fable offers its own dark answer, but it's one we're left to really think about.